And it says, knowing that a man is not justified. Here we go. Okay. By the works of the law. So that's how you know this is what it was about. So that's what Peter was chatting to them about. The more heavier matters of the law. Okay. But then, Paul was saying, no, a man is not justified by the law. Right? So there was that perfect balance between Peter and Paul. Okay. But by the faith of Yahawashi and Mashiach. Right? So that's the justification comes through what? The faith in Yahweh Yahawashi. Okay? Even we have believed in the faith of Yahawashi and Mashiach. Right? And not by works, the works of the law. Okay? For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. So there's not one single individual on earth that are going to be justified by the workings, by the law, of the law. Right? And that's what Paul was always teaching us. Anytime you read those letters, that's what Paul was teaching. You're not going to be justified by no law. But we still keep the laws to the best of our ability. That's what he was teaching. But if we will seek to be justified by Mashiach, you see, we ourselves are found sinners, right? All of us. Is therefore Mashiach the minister of sin? The Most High forbids, right? We're not just ministering to you the law, because the law did bring forth, when you wouldn't keep it, bring forth sin. And is Yahawashi the minister of sin now? He's the minister of what? Life. Okay. Our people, they just want to minister the law, but you got to minister Yahawashi. Okay. And when you're in the ways of Yahawashi, when you're walking in the ways of Yahawashi, you're fulfilling the law when you're walking in the ways of Yahawashi. When you're loving your brother as thyself, you're fulfilling the law of Yahawashi. Right? When you're being charitable, you're fulfilling the law of Yahweh Yahawashi. Okay? It's all spiritual. Yeah, the law is spiritual. Okay? It's not carnal. Yahawashi came with a spiritual law. Okay? For if I build again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor. For though the law, I am dead to the law, but I might live in the Most High. So dead to the law, but what? To live in Yahawashi. Because if you were just alive to the law, then what would be the need of Yahawashi's sacrifice? Dead to the law, but alive in Yahawashi. See, don't get it twisted now. What does that mean? You don't make room for certain... No. You still make room for certain laws. I'm sure you keep a beard on your face. I'm sure some of you don't eat pork. But you're still keeping the law. Right? But you're not bound by it. Okay? I am crucified with Mashiach. Right? Nevertheless, I live. Right? Yet not I, but Mashiach liveth in me. Whew. So Yahawashi what? Lives in what? In his elect. Right? He abodes with them. He dwells within them. Right? And the life which now I live in the flesh, I live by the faith. See, so Paul was saying, now the life I live in the flesh is by faith. The flesh it doesn't profit nothing. Right? So we're in this flesh, but we're living by faith. We're living in this flesh and we're serving it, but we're serving Yahawashi through the Spirit in this what? Carnal flesh. Because the flesh would never be satisfied. The flesh will always go off. Always. Okay, and the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by what? Faith of the Son of the Most High. Right? Who loved me and gave himself for me. Okay? There's Paul's preaching getting passionate. Okay? I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High. So how are you frustrating the grace of the Most High? If you're just doing things just according to the law and not Yahawashi, thinking the law's going to save you. That's you frustrating the grace, that mercy. Right? Because where we fall short, we have what? Yahawashi. But if you're just relying on the law, then where would you have that grace? You're frustrating the grace of Yahawashi. And that's what them Pharisees were doing. They were frustrating the grace of Yahweh Yahawashi. Because they were not leaning on Yahawashi. They were leaning on the law. and they were breaking the law, what was bringing forth? Sin and death. And therefore you would need what? An intercessor and a lamb who was Yahawashi. But this how reprobate they were. They were denying Yahawashi. How it is you have an atonement for your sin, a man, Yahawashi, that was upon earth, right? And you're denying that atonement. That's why Yahawashi said, you shall die in your sins. That's why he said that. Because they were leading up on the law, but now when they went off, if they were not accepting Yahawashi, they were going to remain in their sins. That's why you got to understand the gospel. That's why it's so important. Vital. Okay? I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High, for if the righteous come by the law, see, Red Mashiach is dead in vain. If your righteous is just by the law, that means Yahawashi's death would be in vain. You see, bro, you got to understand what you're teaching. A lot of men don't really understand what they're involved in, excuse me. A lot of men don't really understand what they're involved in. Right? We're going to jump to chapter 3, and I'm reading Galatians. Oh, foolish Galatians, right? Israelites in Galatia, who hath bewitched you? So you had those, yes, that were being bewitched, being allured, being deceived, right? But you should not obey the truth. And who's the truth? Yahawashi. So a lot of our people here, they were being bewitched not to obey the truth, Yahawashi, right? Before whose eyes, right? Moshe had been evidently set forth, crucified among you, amongst what? The fellow believers, the disciples, right? Those that had what? Like faith, okay? It's only when I learn of you, receive ye the spirit of works of the law, or by the heaven of faith. So you could, the more you're reading these letters, the more you can understand what was going on between Peter and Paul, right? There was a contention, because Peter was like, no, look, they know they're Israelites, certain things, get them to do certain things. And Paul was like, no, we're going to take our time. Let them grow into themselves, right? Then they're going to start doing things according to the law, but teach them faith first, right? And it says, this only would I learn of you. Receive ye the spirit of works of the law, or by hearing of faith. So even the miracles, was it by the works of the law, or was it by what? The faith? No, the miracles are by what? Faith. Okay. That's what the miracles are by, faith. Not by the workings of the law, because the Pharisees, they were not healing anyone by the workings of the law. Right? Because back then, what would you need to do? Present yourself before a priest and have the washings, and that was it. And even that was every year. Okay? Oh, you so foolish. Okay, having begun in the spirit and now made perfect by the flesh. So Paul was saying, hold on a minute. I was teaching you the things of the spirit. Faith, judgment, mercy. And now you reverted right back to the law. What others were telling you about just the law. You need to do this, you need to do that. Have you suffered so many things in vain? If it be yet in vain, okay. He therefore that ministers to you the Spirit and worketh miracles among you. Do it for it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith. Well, it's by the hearing of faith, right? Even those that were being healed, why were they being healed? How were they being healed? They're being healed through faith. What was Yahawashi asking them? Do you believe? Do you believe I can do this thing? That's what they were asking. That's what he was asking. And a lot of the times Yahawashi would say, so be it according to thy faith. Okay? So it was according to your faith. Yahawashi says, he didn't say, so it be according to the law. Right? so be it, according to your faith. Because this is what this truth is about. Having faith towards Yahweh Yahawashi. Because in this flesh, we're going to slip up. We're going to make mistakes. But then, that's where you have Yahawashi. And we can make what? Certain adjustments. Okay? That need to be made. Okay? Jump straight to there's more, you know, there's more. Even as Abraham believed the Most High, Yahweh Yahawashi. And it was counted, right? Hold on. Yes, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Just the belief, right? It was counted for righteousness. Right? So that's how important it is to believe in Yahawashi. Okay? Know ye therefore, they that which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. They're the true children of Abraham. Those that are of faith. Okay, bear me just a minute. Go to Romans. Something's coming to mind. Romans, see if I can find it. Are not all the children of Abraham. Let's go to chapter 10, see if we can find it there. No, I can't find it there. Right? Right? But not all they are of Israel that are of Israel. The scriptures tell us that. Okay? Yes, you have a seed. Right? And you have a righteous seed. And you have a wicked seed. But let's continue anyway because I can't find it right now. Right? Alright, let's continue. You know what? I've got something similar. Bear with me just a minute. This is Romans 3 and 20. Therefore, by the deeds, therefore by the deeds of the law, right? The workings of the law, where shall no flesh be justified, right? So there's no flesh that's justified by the law in itself, right? None. So you can't say, well, I kept the Sabbath today. I'm going to be saved because I kept the Sabbath. You know? I didn't eat no pork today. That's good. Right? But the just are going to be what? Saved by what? Faith. Right? That's what the just was going to be saved by. Faith. Okay? And it says, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. So you acknowledge sin by the law. So how do you know you're going off? By the law. So if you're not keeping the law, you're going off. Alright. But now the righteousness of the Most High, which is without the law, is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. Even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith of Yahawashi Mashiach, unto all upon him that believe. All Israelites that believe in different regions. Okay? For there is no difference, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. All. Right? Being justified freely by his grace. That's what it's from. Nothing else. And you may see me out here and say, well, why do you gotta do, you still do the videos, we still show our works. The reason why I'm out here, because it's not a certainty that we'll be saved. But we still have that what mindset, yes, we are going to be, because we have faith. Right? And it says, just for freely by his grace, through the redemption that is in Yahawashi Mashiach, that's why you got to believe in him. Whom they must have set to be appropriation through faith in his blood. Right? to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past. And that's what we're declaring. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Declaring Yahawashi and his righteousness. Not Hokab Malo, not all this other stuff. Yahawashi's righteousness. That's what we're supposed to be declaring. Okay? Check the time. Yeah, a bit more time left. Oh man. To declare, I say at this time, his righteousness, that he might be just and the justifier of him which believeth in Yahawashi. Where is boasting then? It is excluded. By what law? Of works, nay, but by the law of faith. So boasting is excluded now. It's out of the picture. This thing is about faith. It always has, well, it always has been. The New Testament is through faith. I should say the Old Testament was what? By the law. But now this is a thing of faith. Believing. Okay? And it says, but by the law of faith, wherefore we conclude that a man is not justified by what? That a man is justified by faith. Right? Without the deeds of the law. Is he the power of the Jews? Right? Only. Is he not also of the Gentiles? Yes, the Gentiles. Speaking of Israelite foreigners. That's the Gentiles is speaking about. The Israelite foreigners. That believe. That is the Gentiles. Okay? Those that were in a different state of mind. That's who the Gentiles were speaking about. Not the other nations. It's Israelites in other nations. That's the Gentiles it's referring to. Okay? See, it is one power. We shall justify the circumcision. Right?